Social media can be terrible. Can you gain success in the gaming world without it today?
Can you succeed without social media? I mean, I disagree in part with the premise. I don't think that social media is necessarily awful. It depends on a whole bunch of different factors, and it isn't awful all the time. There's a lot of good that comes from social media. But can you succeed without participating in social media? I mean, there are people that do. A lot of the old names aren't necessarily hugely present on social media, though they might be present on blogs, websites, that sort of thing. Just not necessarily on social media itself. And then there's people like Kevin Crawford and so on that seem to do perfectly fine without really having any particular social media presence. But it's easier if you do, in a lot of ways, but still more difficult than it used to be. I mean, besides the obvious that by being on social media, you're exposing yourself to that panopticon of people who are looking for some reason to have a problem with you. Social media has become less and less useful over time because of the way that social media has developed and now works. If you post a link to pretty much any social media website, your post is going to be deprecated because they want people to stay on the site, not leave the site and go elsewhere. On a lot of the sites now, if you want any meaningful number of people to see the post that you're making, you'll need to boost it or monetize it in some way that helps the people that run the social media site. Facebook is worst for this, probably. If you make any kind of post on Facebook and you don't pay to have it boosted, only some tiny fraction of the people following you is going to see it. So, that's a problem. Twitter, you have to pay for now if you want to be seen, and even then you can be shadow banned and cut out. I do pay for Twitter primarily for that visibility, but that opens you up to a whole bunch of other criticism because Elon Musk is a giant throbbing tool of a human being. So you can succeed without it, but I think in order to succeed without it, you need a gang of boosters, people who will promote your stuff and share your stuff on social media, even without you participating necessarily. And I mean, creatively, I like being on social media because it's constantly barraging me with new and different ideas and prompts, and I find it incredibly useful because I need that constant stimulation in order to create more effectively. Other people find it distracting. Your mileage may vary. So, after all that, to answer the question then, I guess, you can succeed without social media. And it is awful a lot of the time, but it's not awful all the time, and you'll have a harder time succeeding without social media, even though it's a lot shitter than it used to be.